Week 3 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, all that and more, coming up next.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 25.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down. Throwing, Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater, touchdown Washington. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback, now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Credit Melvin Ingram, able to get into the backfield and make the stop.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The Eagles at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they've made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
The 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Holding, offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Hurts to throw. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready!
Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Okay, break.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A tackle by Cole Holcomb.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down the 15-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job of staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Going for it with Sanders. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Marcus Epps able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result.
Under pressure, they got him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern.
Let's go now.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This is Smith with a grab. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. Elliott good with a PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Bridgewater on first down. A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll go again with Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone... before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his left.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Throwing is Hurts.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here's Tressway now, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, Charles, will look now at their class from this past draft, and certainly for them it began in the trenches. They brought in a guy who was a favorite prospect of many teams, and certainly they're hoping that he's going to have a big impact right away.
And going with a lineman isn't always the most exciting pick for a fan base, but we also know that this is the type of pick that solidifies that position and lets the team worry about patching holes in other areas and getting exciting with other players.
It's caught, Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now a throw here to his running back. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick-6?
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over again. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll get this up just shy of the...
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Bridgewater now. His throw incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Let's go.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of... put this one in the left-hand column. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And he finds McLaurin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Eluding the pressure right. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Flush to his right. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he gets it down to the 32. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ready.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. And you know they enjoyed taking that knee because they're now going to be 1-2 instead of 0-3. And psychologically, that's a big difference early in the season.
It certainly is. It's a big barrier breaker because you get to 0-3, you're not thinking playoffs. At 1-2, you still believe that you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, you feel you got some hope on your side. 0-3, things start to look pretty bleak. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Philadelphia, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.